because I'm a klutz. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. How many of you, too, consider yourself a klutz? You might actually be a klutz even if you don't think so. Some symptoms are you trip up the steps. My sister and I have a running gag about how often we trip up the steps, and she's ahead of me because she has steps in her home. I was smart. I bought a ranch. No steps, no basement, one floor. I'm safer that way. My poor sister has cut her chin open tripping up the steps. But what's it like to be a klutz? Well, it makes your life very interesting. First of all, you meet people because you're a klutz, because you fall into them. People run to your rescue, so you make friends. For example, one time when I was in college, I dropped everything. Like, for no reason. I was just walking down the hall, and I dropped everything. I have no idea why. I don't recall bumping into anything. It's just all my stuff was all over the floor. Random students in the hallway came over and helped me pick my stuff up, and we started talking, and I made a couple of friends that way, and we all went and had lunch. So it's not all bad to be a klutz. Now, the fact that I actually cut my knee and had a bruise and life was bad because I tripped up and down the steps, you know, I could live with that. But one of the worst things that happened to me being a klutz was when I was dating my husband early on. We were in the mall in Kings Plaza, and they have these different sized benches. Kings Plaza is in Brooklyn, for people who don't know. It's a big mall. They have these little, some are little square benches, and they're wide, and some of them are little thin benches. And for some reason, I thought that we were sitting on one of the big, wide square benches, and we were sitting at the edge, and we were just hanging out, and I decided I wanted to scooch back and like lean back, you know, and just stretch out, because we had been walking all day. Well, I was wrong. We were on one of the little skinny benches, so when I scooched back, I fell flat on my back in the middle of Kings Plaza with like 100,000 people walking by. And I was so embarrassed, and I was just like dating my husband at the time. But it was one of the reasons that I married him, because of the way he took care of me when I fell, and he didn't laugh. He was really concerned. He was really nice. So, you know, at the time, I felt very much taken care of, and that he really cared about the fact that I got hurt. And he didn't just laugh at me for being a klutz. Because I know, had I been with my sister, either she would have fallen on the floor with me, because she too is a klutz, and sometimes a bigger klutz than me, or if she hadn't, she would have laughed about it and never let me live it down. Because I laugh at her and never let her live it down, being a klutz. Now, there's some things that I wanted to learn to do, but I thought I couldn't learn to do them because I was a klutz. For example, juggling. Imagine juggling and being a klutz. We drop things anyway. How many of you have ever tried to juggle? Can you juggle? It's really hard. You got to keep 3 balls minimum, moving in the air at the same time. It requires dexterity, and it's easy to drop them even if you're not a klutz. So me as the klutz, I still wanted to learn how to juggle. My friend taught me how. You walk up to the wall, and you actually juggle in front of the wall so that the balls can't really go too far away. Now, of course, I'm hitting my hands into the wall. I almost walk into the wall. I get very caught up in this whole juggling thing. But I actually was able to juggle a little bit because I listened to his advice, and I bought this great book. It's called Juggling for Klutzes. So they actually catered this book to me. And I found that if I followed what they said, and I practiced like they said, I could actually learn to juggle. So here I am, this huge klutz, but I can juggle, which is something that most people can't do. And I'm not a great juggler, and I don't practice on a regular basis. But it's very inspirational, I think, to know that whether you're a klutz or not a klutz, you should always try stuff. Don't worry that you're going to fail because you might walk into a wall, or you might fall down the steps, or fall up the steps. Being a klutz is okay, and it's the same thing with anything in life. Being anything in life is okay. You may think that I can't do something, or I don't even want to try because I'm going to get hurt, or whatever. If I try, and I know that I'm going to get hurt, why aren't we all trying to do things? Why are we not pushing ourselves a little bit further? So yeah, it's funny to be a klutz and all that, but you learn something by anything that you have that holds you back, or that makes you not want to do something, like being a klutz. Or being, maybe you have dyslexia and you're bad at math because you have dyslexia. Okay, you just deal with that. You acknowledge the fact that I have this thing I don't notice when I mean, I could walk here and I walk right into this desk, seriously. I don't know it's there, I don't know why, I just don't have that good sense. So everybody has something that can hold them back, that can prevent them from trying to do something. But I try to not let my klutziness stop me from doing things. I still walk down the halls knowing full well that I will bang my arm on a file cabinet that has been there for 20 years, and I walk by it every day, and for some reason today I'll bang my hands on it. I have this cut. See, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you how I got this cut. It hurts like hell. I have no idea when I got it, how I got it, and so I can't stop myself from getting hurt. So I don't let it hold me back. I acknowledge the fact that I'm a klutz. I live with it. I embrace it. And sometimes people get mad at me because, you know, I have walked over to somebody's desk and knocked their Coke over and spilled it on all their papers. And I feel really bad about that. But I know that if you're my friend, you forgive me. And if I spill a drink on your favorite shoes and you want to hit me, you don't have to worry about it because I've already bumped into something and banged up and bruised. So I've already punished myself. So please be my friend. Acknowledge that I can't help my klutziness. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not purposely spilling my drink on your shoes or on your papers. I love you, and it was just an accident. And embrace your own, whatever it is, klutziness or disability to do something, and don't let it hold you back from life. So it's nice.